PSA to my chosen ones, man. Look, I'm with my dog right now. I'm finna take her to the vet. But I want to say happy Black History Month. This is a special message for Black History Month. I feel like a lot of people know me from gangster rap or the streets, things I used to get into. And a lot of people probably wonder, like, how did she get like this? Like, how did she get into her spirituality? Well, when I found out certain information, I felt like I couldn't be regular. I felt like I had to use my voice to spread light, spread truth, and just be a leader for the next generation. So some of those things consist of, like, when I found out that Jesus was a man of color, right? And all the people in the Bible, the disciples, were people of color. They already noticed in the Western Hemisphere, because the artifacts that prove this are on display out there in their synagogues, in their churches, in their museums, in their ancient vaults, right? So they know all this information already. Only in the Eastern Hemisphere were we made to believe otherwise. Over here is where we got brainwashed to believe a false image of Jesus Christ that was recreated during 1492 in the Renaissance, after a guy named Caesar Borgia, right? A lot of people know that information, but a lot of people also don't. What else did I find out? When I found out that slavery was only 200 years ago, right? Meaning that we only really been free for 100 years. And when I say free, I mean like free to be able to go to whatever restaurant we want with other races. Like when I found out that they brought drugs and guns into our neighborhoods and then created the war on drugs to lock up all the men to create broken families on purpose. Like it was systematically planned to be that way. When I found out that they used to inject our people with diseases and tell them it was a vaccine for tuberculosis, but it was really syphilis. They was giving our people syphilis on purpose. Tulsa, Oklahoma, look that up. When I found out we created something called Black Wall Street, where we had our own banks, airports, just fully black communities, and we was bombed by the U.S. government to destroy everything we created. Man, I was just like, nah, I can't go back to being regular. And as our people was trying to pull themselves up from their bootstraps, you know, get rid of all the trauma, being distracted by things like lust, money, clout, status, you know, bullshit like that. We got these elite Caucasian people, you know, buying islands and taking children, kidnapping the children, sex trafficking them. We got them eating the children, all right? See files, they said the people was drinking the blood of the babies and sacrificing the babies to false gods and things like that. So I need people to understand, like, I feel like it's our responsibility for the next generation to just tap in, right, and be aware of these things and speak about these things and start these conversations, because it's important for us to lead the next generation and change the mind state, change the morals, influence them to be leaders. I'm working on myself and all of that, but I am going to also stand for truth at all times.